Yo, 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 what is going on, IK fam? BN, I'm back again today, and we're going to be having, hopefully, a good discussion about migration, some of the pros and cons about just kind of how it's currently set up, giving you some examples from another game, and let's dive in. So, first off, we're going to start by talking about the actual current costs of migration. Now, this is the space teleport or the space teleport requirements and the power thresholds for Lord Power. Right now, this is going off of historical peak, not your current power. Even if you minus power from some of your troops and tried to lower it, right? It doesn't go off of that anymore. It goes off of whatever your highest power was at any point in time. So, as you can see, if you're 0 to 399,999, it costs one space teleport. If you're at 1.5 mil even or higher, it's 80 space teleports and anything beyond that. So if you're 1.7, 1.8, 1.9 mil, it's still 80 space teleports. Now, here are the pricing and then the amount you get per each New World bundle, which again, you can find these in the special bundles section. In game, you scroll all the way over to the end and then it'll be there. So for one space teleport, $5, 2 for 10, 3 for 20, 4 for 50, and then three fives for $300 packs, right? So you can these cost $385, and you get a total of 25 space teleports from the New World Bundle that recycles or resets every 30 days or every month. Now, if you look at another game, you can see that the migration is pretty much the same, right? New World Bundle in this game, it's the same thing. $385 at the end, 25 space teleports here at the bottom, right? So pretty similar. Now, if we look at some more stats, prices are the same. The difference is that in the other game, you could get passports technically from day one, right? If the Alliance officers or leaders added them in the Alliance shop, right? If they paid Alliance credits to add them there. Now, in IK, which is this bottom portion here, the youngest server that has reached Alliance level 9 is S26, right? They did this in about 111 days, plus or minus, from when I checked. And then the next one after that is S23 with 2 alliances who hit Alliance Level 9 at around 120 days. So you're looking at about a 4-month window, give or take, depending if you have a bunch of spenders that are over-donating or if you're a little bit more on the free-to-play side for your alliance. So 4 months is the average window, right? So you compare 4 months it takes you to start to get to a point where your alliance is able to purchase space teleports versus being able to potentially purchase them from day one, even though it probably will still take you a couple days to farm the amount of credits. But still, the availability is there from day one. Now, I don't think IK is going to do that drastic of a change, but I do think that it would warrant them to lower the alliance level that is required to purchase space teleports. Right now, you can see that if you go to your alliance shop, it says right here, unlocks at alliance level 9. Now, I personally think the best thing they can do at this point is to lower the alliance level required for space teleports to open up. I think if they started out and just lowered it to alliance level 5, maybe 4, one of those two, right? If we're trying to meet in the middle, okay, let's just say alliance level 5, right? If we really just had to lock ourselves into something. I think that would be a good fix. I think even if you lowered some of the prices on the higher end ones, like let's say you made the $100 $75, let's say you made the $50 $40, right? I think that would be more appealing to players willing to migrate, right? I think if we just said, hey, can we just make each passport cost $5? I don't think they'd go for that. But if they lowered it, right, to something like a 10, 20, 25% off, right, for the 4 higher tiers, I think that's something, right? And again, I know I said kind of like 75-40. I think that would be a good starting point. Mainly because, one, I think it would still generate more money. Why? Because I think it's good when you can have a healthy ecosystem in a game that keeps migration more accessible and more available, right? Now, if by doing these things, right, or if these things happen, I think it's also fair to give the servers more access over who can come in and the power threshold of players that can come into the server at 90 days. In my opinion, I really think that they need to lower the migration options to 500,000 and 750,000, right? I think at bare minimum, they need to add in those 2 additional options, or if you just want to have a end-all be-all, instead of having a no limit, right, or if you want to have no limit, that's fine. I honestly think they could fix all of this by just having no limit, custom limit, right? And then the custom limit, you just enter in the power minimum that you want to apply, you click confirm, you're good. And then you just have a little asterisk down here that says, right, here's the minimum amount of power you can bring in, here's the most amount of power you can bring in, right? Unless you do custom, and they can just set it at whatever they want, right? If they want to set it at 2, they can set it at 2. If they want to set it at 1.3.4 million, they can do it there. I think if you have a no limit and a custom option, and then you just let them know like what that lowest is, which would be 0, and whatever the highest would be, if that's 2 mil, if that's like the hard cap, or if it's higher than that, right, then say that. I think that would be the best way to really do it going forward. That would be the most optimal, and you'd have less text on the screen. Now, if it is impossible to do a custom setting, then I think at bare minimum, I'd love to see them add in a 500,000 and a 750,000 option, right, pending if these adjustments would even happen. Like I said, I think personally it would be a great thing for IK, because I think IK is in a very unique place right now when it comes to how they could really create a thriving migration ecosystem in the game, right? That is the next aspect that needs to be more, one, I think a little more affordable, even if it's just by a little bit to start. 2, I think it needs to be way more accessible by the free-to-play players, right? I personally believe it is way too long that you would have to wait 4 months before you could start farming space teleports. In addition, there's no guarantee, and this is the biggest thing that I think is really being overlooked, there is no guarantee that depending on how your server plays out, right, if there's civil war, if there's unnecessary fighting, if leaders aren't getting along, anything could happen that could cause your alliance to lose activity, which means not only is it now going to take longer for you to get to alliance level 9, the alliance you're in may never get to alliance level 9. Right? It could take him 2 years to get there. That's just way too long, right? That's the main prerequisite, is you have to get to alliance level 9. And again, the numbers I gave you for S26 and S23 are really based off of those alliances constantly getting activity, right? Probably since day 1. And that's not every alliance. So, like I said, I think some of these additions, at bare minimum, just lowering the space teleport requirement in the Alliance shop, I think at least to Alliance level 5 to start, is what would be the best thing that they can do for the game. In addition, if they lowered the price points a little bit more, right, maybe you try lowering the 50 to 40, the 100s to 75, right, I think that would be more attractive to people. You give the servers more options, so that way for the bigger players that are now able to purchase space teleports, right, for your medium-high spenders, right, they're happy, because now space teleports cost less. They can find a server to go to, and if they don't like that server, they'll buy more space teleports and feel better about it because they cost less, right, but it still makes the game more money. So again, I think you giving access on both sides of the fence, or both sides of the ball, it would be the best thing that can really happen right now. And this is just my thoughts. These are my opinions on what I think the migration system could be and how much it could thrive in Infinity Kingdom. And I think the devs have a great opportunity here to still look beyond and hopefully more into how the current system operates and what it could be that could still yield a great return and a big benefit for them and the game overall, right, on its hopefully continued success in the genre. Now, I've shared my thoughts. I would love to hear what you think, right? If you're someone who agrees, you disagree, why do you? Let me know if you have thoughts or opinions on maybe what you think some of the changes could be that maybe could improve the current migration system in the game. I would love to hear about it. Let me know in those comments down below. And that, guys and gals, that is it for me. As usual, until next time, we'll see y'all later.